Welcome back to another video, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the day that we get to bang all of the mods, all of the accessories on the T7. Now, I've got her in the background there. Doggo is going to help, but I've got a whole heap of parts here. To be honest, I can't actually even remember what I got. So I'll go through what we've got with you so you can see what's actually going on, and then we'll get stuck into some of the install. Rightio, so what we've got here is these are the crash bars. Went with the SRC crash bars just because they're an affordable price. Everything I read about them and could see from them online, they look pretty well put together and stuff like that. And when they mount them, they have like a plate that goes into the engine block that you don't have to take on and off every time you want to take the crash bars off. Crash bars mount to them and then they come off separately. So once that plate's put on there, the fixture stays there, and then you can move the crash bars on and off if you want. But apparently you don't have to take the crash bars off to get your plastics off and stuff like that. So that's another benefit. Headlight protector, pretty par for the course. Apparently those headlights are like $1,200 or something like that to replace. So I'll chuck one of those on, and I might actually get like a grill for it as well, just to stop some of the meaty rocks from even smashing that and then smashing the headlight. But we've got engine protection stuff here, all the obligatory water pump cover, clutch cover, all that kind of stuff, engine casing cover in there. What else have we got? We have now these are the bark busters that they're specifically for the T7. The hardware kit and stuff like that is, the only difference from my understanding is that end piece that they put in there. So you don't have to drill the inside of the bars out, but got those bad boys, some bark busters to go on. Bit of protective stuff for the side of the bike. Even after like the first ride with actual proper boots on, I noticed that I was starting to mark the bike. So I'll throw some of that on and just try and reduce some of that rub point area. Got a couple of filters here. I'm going to go with, the funnel web pre-filter. I'm going to go with that one. And just grabbed a backup anyway. The uni filter pre-filter. It's the one that has a spring in it and that, but there's much better reviews about that funnel web. These apparently wear through over time, so I'll keep that one as a backup, and I'll run this one to start off with and just see how we go. This is the Tenere rad guard, so it's just a steel one, or an alloy one, whatever it's made out of, billet alloy or something, to replace the plastic one. Just a little bit more protection for stone chips and stuff. There's the plastics and high amount inserts for those bark buster frames we just looked at. Now, a few of you guys said go for the Acerbis chain guide, so we got one of those. All right, what do we got here? So these were just supposed to be, I was going to go on a trip, and I found the cheapest pannier racks that didn't look stupidly large on eBay and grabbed these. Now these feel super weighty and surprisingly sturdy, but we'll throw those ones on, see how they go. For anyone out there that wants to know, those are about $78 or something delivered. So they were the cheapest ones that I could find. They were actually like tubular frame that had the best sort of mounting points that I could see as far as pictures and stuff went. So they'll be going on. We got the big Enduro engineering bash plate. This one's, again, obviously for the T7. I had a look at a few different ones, and I like the way that this one came up real snug up here. I'll show you when it's on, obviously, but it sort of cuts back in over the oil filter in the front of the engine casing and stuff like that, and closes the gap between the bash plate and the engine. It just makes it a little bit tighter. Everything seems to fit a little bit tighter and looks a bit more snug, which I really like. But the only thing I'm not a massive fan of is they don't send you through the linkage guard. So there's a plastic linkage guard that goes on the bottom of this, and it goes over like your dog bones and that, but I didn't get one with this, and as far as I know, they don't actually supply it. It's a secondary purchase that you have to buy apart from this bash plate, which is kind of shit, but it is what it is. So I'll get one at a later date and I'll throw it on, but for now, getting the main parts protected is sort of more what I care about. But that's everything that's going to go on. So we'll slowly get bit by bit, throw it onto the bike, and yeah, show you how it goes on. Alright, so that's one side on. Pretty glad that it clears the exhaust there. And it's surprisingly sturdy, like it's moving the whole bike, and it's not really flexing at all. And it's a lot closer to the bike than I thought it was going to be, which I'm pretty happy about, to be honest. See if I can sort of get a bit of a, from the plastic, what's that, 40 mil, roughly 40 mil. So yeah, pretty straightforward. Bolts, spacers, and as you can see, forgot to put a bit of Loctite on them, but oh well. And then same thing down there, just a bolt and a spacer, which goes underneath the pillion foot peg, but surprisingly happy with those. So I'll just rinse and repeat on that side. Don't need to show you guys that. It's only going to be the same thing on the other side, and then we'll move on. So that's them both currently on there. For a set of panniers that were, pannier racks that were supposed to be just like shit ones to last me like a trip until I got some good ones. I mean, I'll be really interested to see how they go. I just picked up the back of the bike as it stands there with those racks. So they seem like they'll hold the force of the bike if I need to pick it up sideways at least. But yeah, I don't think they look too bad. If you guys want to know anything more about them, measurements and stuff like that, just let me know in the comment section. All right, guys, we've got the pre-filter done. While I was in there, I did check the main air filter and it looked pretty good. So we're not going to clean that or replace that just yet. So we'll just pop that pre-filter on there. Now, it's super easy to use. The bag that you get has gloves in it, has a fill line. You just fill the air filter oil to the line, massage it in, and then you just sort of squeeze out the excess, and make sure you put your rim grease on there so that there's a nice little seal and nothing can get past it. Otherwise, it kind of defeats the purpose of having a pre-filter there. But anyway, that's it, all on, done and dusted. Now the filter's sorted, I reckon we're just going to knock over some cosmetic stuff really quick, and then we'll move on to the crash bars. All right, so that's pretty much most of all of the sort of little stuff aside from the panniers. I've just got that bark buster on. I'm gonna bash the other one on. You don't need to see that because I obviously just showed you me putting that one on. And then after that's done, we'll move on to the crash bars, and then finally we'll get to put that mint looking bash plate on. All right, so I'm gonna bang on these crash bars now. Comes with a pretty idiot-proof diagram. There's highlighted parts in the diagram of what you should take off and what you should put on and everything like that. And it's pretty comprehensive, and I feel like most people will get that. But we're gonna bang those on now. This is sort of how it comes in the box, instructions and everything, and all of your hardware. Looks like some Loctite, and then obviously the bars themselves. But I've decided I'm not going to put the engine protection, these like the water pump cover and all that kind of stuff on. I'm not going to chuck that on because my bike it's the 2022, so it has the clutch recall to be done on it. It hasn't been done yet, and I don't want to go, you know, putting those covers on it if they're only going to have to take them off anyway. So I'll just leave them off temporarily, and then you know, when they do the clutch on it, I'll just chuck them on after the fact. But everything else like that I'm putting on now shouldn't really stop them from getting access. But yeah, I'll leave them off for now, and then we'll get stuck into these crash bars. Rightio guys, that's everything on the bike now, excluding the engine protection. Now you'll probably notice that I didn't get a lot of footage of the bash plate going on, and that's because there's only so much swearing that I can bleep out for YouTube. It was a proper pain in the ass. We ended up getting it on in the end, but to be honest, it's such a tight fit. I'm really not looking forward to taking it on and off for services and stuff like that. But anyway, everything's on there. I'm super chuffed with how it's turned out, so get a look at this. So that's pretty much it. There's only a few more things that I really want to do to this, and they're pretty much minor, but while I do really love these, they actually look really cool. I think for racks that aren't super over the top massive and still seem to be pretty close to the bike, I do really like those. I think the Outback Motortech ones, they kind of look like the same as the plastic. They fit very, very close, and they just look a lot more streamlined. I wouldn't mind getting some of those. These are supposed to be just temporary ones, but I'll see what I can find and everything like that, see how expensive they are. But other thing is, we've just got some new tires to go on. I'm going to run these ones down for a little bit, and then I'll end up getting something a fair bit more aggressive. But for the time being, that's going to be it. Now, that's everything in this box, these boxes here, everything that came off the bike to obviously be replaced, like all the bolts, the bar ends. The factory bar ends on these ones were 250 grams a piece. So half a kilo just in these bar ends came off it. And then obviously all of the packaging and stuff like that. So we can deduct 5 kilos off our roughly 19. So everything that went on, you're looking at about 14, 15 kilos, give or take. But yeah, that's it anyway, all done. Rightio guys, that's enough from me. I hope you enjoyed this little video. If you have any questions about anything that I've chucked on the bike today, just let me know in the comments section. I'll do my best to answer it, but I'm going to try and include all of the parts that I purchased in the description box so that you guys can just go and have a look or whatever. So as always, thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video.